guys, it is Aoife from Fred Was Died Laughing, and I'm here with a book tag. So I was tagged in the MakeUp book tag by Jane over at It's Jane Lindsay, and I will leave her channel down below. And I don't know who was the original creator, but I will leave them below if I can find them. And as you can see, I'm in my old place because I have my plugs over here for my light and for my mirror that's in front of me that you guys can't see. I'm going to try and do my makeup on camera. This could be a huge disaster because, as you guys can probably tell, I am not a makeup artist. So I'm just going to try my best and we will see how we go. The first question is for primer, and that is a pick a book that left a lasting impression. And for me, I'm going to go with Asking for It by Louise O'Neill because I feel this book is just one that will stay with me forever. It really made me think about rape culture and the victim blaming when it comes to rape cases, and yeah, it just really affected me and really stuck with me for forever. I'm never going to forget this book, and I feel like it's one I'll be recommending a lot of people to read, even though it's a very tough read. I will definitely be making people read it. And for my primer at the moment, I'm using this collection Rose primer. It's just kind of a reviving and anti-fatigue primer. I only recently got into using primer, so sometimes I forget to put it on still, but I do find a bit of a difference in it, and it feels really nice going on this one as well. So yes, I tend to use moisturiser anyway when I wake up before I go to sleep, so yes, so sometimes even if I don't put on a primer, it's generally okay anyway. Second one is foundation, but I'm actually going to skip it and go on to concealer first because I normally put concealer on first and then I might put a little bit over it as well if I still need a bit of cover. So the third question is concealer, and it's pick a character you wish you could get rid of. And for me, this is definitely either Gale in the Hunger Games or Mal in the Shadow and Bone series, because both of them just really annoyed me. Even though Mal is very much a main character, especially in the second and third books in Siege and Storm and Ruin and Rising. Oh, he just annoyed me so much. He did redeem himself a lot for me in Ruin and Rising, but I just felt a lot of his actions in Shadow and Bone and Siege and Storm were just really annoying. And then Gale, oh, I hated Gale so much. I found him very manipulative, and when I reread the series, my hatred for him just grew so much. So I really can't stand him at all. And for my concealer, I am again using Illuminating Touch, which is Collection. I just stocked up on a lot of Collection makeup recently, because I think, as far as I know, they're cruelty free, but I could be wrong. But I'm trying to buy kind of cruelty free makeup as much as I can, but I'm still kind of trying to make more informed decisions when it comes to my makeup. But at the moment, I'm trying as much as I can to go cruelty free. It's just kind of hard at the moment to find good ones, and ones that work for my skin, and ones that are affordable as well, that aren't just like, because I do buy more expensive makeup, but I prefer to leave that for nights out, where I prefer kind of cheaper makeup for just like going to work and out and about during the day when I don't really need to look like full glam, just a little bit of cover. So yeah, so all those spots because I'm breaking out at the moment, which is perfect for this kind of video. These people that doesn't really spend a lot of time on their makeup, to be honest. It generally doesn't take me that long in the mornings, but then by like the afternoon my makeup is practically gone. So I'm sure if I used it a bit better I could probably get more out of it, but I don't know, I just don't think that way, and I always forget to bring makeup with me to work so I can touch up. I don't know, I don't think like that, I just fail. But yes, we'll go back to foundation now. And the foundation is pick your favourite first book in a series, and for me, I could pick so many books for this one, but I've just decided to pick an old favourite, and that's Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. I just love this book so much. It's just everything I want in like a dystopian series and a romance, and yes, it's just one of those books that just makes me happy when I read it all the time. And it's one of those ones I picked up on a whim from, I think it was at the library at the time, and I wasn't sure whether I'd like it. In the first 2 chapters I was a bit like, what the hell is going on? But then by the time I was halfway through it, I just could not put it down. I finished it and it became one of my favourite books, and I went out and obviously bought my own copy then, and yes, just definitely my favourite. And for my foundation, I'm using a Smashbox one, which is Studio Skin. So this isn't one that I use every day, I just use another kind of collection one for like everyday makeup, but this is generally one that I will use if I'm going out or if I just want kind of better coverage, and because it's a bit more expensive. This was about, I think, €30, so it's a little bit more expensive than just like one of those drugstore ones. So yeah, but I find it works pretty well. It's probably a bit dark on my skin at the moment because I generally, it's one of those ones that's good for going out when you might have a bit of tan on, but we'll see how it works out. Number 4 is powder, and it's pick your favourite last book in a series, and for me I'm going to go with Wrath by John Gwynne, which I talked about a lot in the last book tag I did, but yeah, this was just everything I wanted for a last book in a epic fantasy series. It gave me this really big long battle, a lot of heartache, a lot of joy, and it was just everything I wanted for this series. And for my foundation, or for my powder, again I'm using a collection one. This is Lasting Perfection, and it comes with a little kind of mirror as well, so if you're on the go you can use it, and like a little sponge. I do have a brush here that I tend to use, but as you can see, the sponge actually works pretty well. I'll probably have to put this on again once I do my eyeshadow. But yeah, I do actually like the effect that the sponge gives for me with this one. But number 5 is Eyebrows, and it's a book you think everyone should read. I'm going to go with In Order to Live by Yeomi Park. I just think people should read this one because it gives such an insight of what life in North Korea is like. I feel like a lot of us have this conception of what it looks like, and what it must be like to live in it. And I thought I did until I read this, and I realised there was so much more that I never understood and I never really even thought about. And yeah, it's definitely just a big eye-opener of what life is like for people living in North Korea. And yes, I really enjoyed it. Again, a tough read, but a must read. And for my eyebrows, I don't think I'm actually going to do anything because I got them done last week, I think it was, and they're still looking alright. I got them waxed and tinted, which is what I normally do every couple of months, just to get my shape in them. But normally I would put a little bit of pencil just to make them darker. I just forgot to bring my pencil over with me, and I actually need to get a new pencil as well. So yeah, I just don't have it, so I'm not going to bother doing them. Number 6 is Eyeshadow, and it's pick a book that has your favourite colours on it. A lot of my favourite colours would probably be kind of silvery and purples and stuff like that, and one book cover that I really love that kind of has a mix of these colours is Glitter by April Lynn Pike. I just love this cover so much. It is so beautiful, really goes with the story as well, which is quite glamorous but dangerous at the same time. Yeah, I just adore this cover. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And for my eyeshadow, I'm just using all these crappy little eyeshadow palettes I have. I'm really bad at finishing off eye palettes because I tend to use all the base colours, and then I'm left for ages with the other colours. So yes, I should probably put on some primer first though, because I forgot to do that. This is a Rimmel Exaggerate one. Again, I got this before I realised that Rimmel aren't cruelty free. So I used to use Rimmel kind of for everything, and then I realised they're not cruelty free. I did read an article that said the collection was more or less cruelty free, which is why I changed to them. But I kind of need to update it that every couple of months because sometimes it changes. So yeah. But I was really sad when I found out Rimmel wasn't, because I thought they were, and that's why I was using them, and it turned out that they weren't, so that was perfect. So I had to basically change everything over, and it was a few bad months for my makeup while I figured out what was good and what wasn't. So I tend to always use a kind of a shimmery base colour, and then I put another colour over. I tend to shade a lot. Looks kind of crap in this mirror. I did have one that wasn't as shimmery as this. It's just gone now, I just need to get more of it. But I'm kind of just going to go for some goldy colours at the moment, if you can see them. I'm going to see how this works out. I'm also crap at brushes. I'm just one of these people that like never has the right brushes, so I just use whatever's handy or whatever I think works for me, which probably is completely the wrong brush to be using for certain shading, but as I said, I'm not going anywhere, so. 7 is Eyeliner to pick a dark and mysterious book, and I'm going to go with Beloved Poison by E.S. Thompson. This is a kind of mystery thriller set in the 1800s, and it is it's really great, and it turns out that the main character is, everyone thinks it's a man, but she's actually a woman being dressed as a man for her entire life. She's pretended to be a man, so that's just kind of the side thing of it as well. That's really good, but the mystery itself is very intriguing, and it's quite dangerous, and everyone's been killed and you're trying to figure out who did it. And yeah, it's quite dark and mysterious, and just it's set in like this crumbling down hospital, and there's like a graveyard, and they're doing this project as well where they're digging up the graves, so all these bodies are being dug up at the same time, and it's just really, really good. I definitely recommend it. Brilliant. And for my eyeliner, I'm just using a collection one I have. This is like a felt eyeliner. I use a few different eyeliners, just whatever I'm kind of feeling at the day. This one isn't really waterproof, which isn't always handy for me because I tend to get very watery eyes. I suffer from allergies and I suffer from hay fever a lot, so my eyes tend to be very sensitive, so there's days my eyes will just be really watery and my eyeliner ends up all coming off if I'm wearing something like this. So I generally do need to find a waterproof one, but I haven't found a really good waterproof one yet that has a good pen on it, so I've just been using this when I can. I really like the pen on this one, so I'll just start to this. I love my eyeliner, as you can probably guys guess. I always wear eyeliner, but I feel like I don't have my makeup complete unless I'm wearing eyeliner. So yeah, but I'm kind of crap at doing it as well, but sure. Sisters, not twins. That's what I just keep telling myself because I can never get them perfect, but sure, it'll do. Mascara, it is Pick a Long book, and I have to go with The Passage by Justin Cronin. This is insanely long. It is like over 1,000 pages. It's very, very bulky. I haven't got around to reading it. I meant to read it in October and I never did, so yeah, that was a complete miss for me, but I do want to read it eventually. It's kind of like a vampiric apocalyptic novel, and it sounds really, really good. I do want to get around to it. It'll just take a long time to read probably, so yeah. And for my mascara, I'm using the Wake Me Up Rimmel one. Again, I should actually probably change my mascaras at this stage because this one's kind of old, but I do like this one because it has like a cucumber in it, and it just feels and smells really, really nice, and it's really light as well. It's not really clumpy. Like at the end of the day, I can get it all off. I find with a lot of mascara it can be kind of hard to get every bit off, and I find with this one I can. But again, I need to find a nice mascara that's not from a cruelty free company. I might get a Smashbox one the next time I go back, or Urban Decay. But you'll see. Mine is Blush, and it's Pick a Book that has a cringe-worthy romance, and for me I'm going to go with basically all of Jill Shalwell's books, the Lucky Harbour series, because I only read the first two, but they are quite cringe-worthy and there are a lot of cringe-worthy moments, but they're just told so well that you love it, even though sometimes I'm kind of like cringing on the inside, I'm loving it at the same time, so I love that. And for my blush, I'm using an Essence one. It's kind of this rosy colour. I really like this colour, and it really shows up pretty well as well. So I'm just going to do this. I like to smile. Apples. I can't do this like thing that a lot of people do. I don't do that. I don't know, I smile at myself in the mirror. Ew. Flushed enough, but I don't look like a fever victim. That's the fear, isn't it? Mine is Highlighter, Pick a Book that Brightened Your Day, and I'm going to go with Everything by Nicola Yoon, just because this is so sweet and so cute, and it just made me happy when I read it. I don't use highlighter, so I don't have anything. Something I probably should use, but I don't have anything right now, so yeah. And number 11 is Lipstick, and it's Your Favourite Book Kiss. And I had a problem coming up with one for this because I don't really remember a lot of book kisses. Like, I don't know, it's just something that I don't really remember. But I will say in Simon vs. Homo Sapiens, at the end of it, when Simon finds out who Blue is, who is Mysterious pen pal, and that he is like kind of having an online relationship with, but he doesn't know who it is, and at the very end he obviously finds out. And there's a bit in it where he finds out who it is, and he's kind of with this person, and his sister's like, oh, you know, why don't you you can go home and study for a while, you know, I occupy mum and dad. And she's kind of given her brother the go ahead that he can go and have a bit of a kissing sesh with this new boy that he's had feelings for, and they go home and have a little bit of a cuddle and stuff. And I just really loved that. It was really cute and sweet, and I just really loved that bit in the book, so I'm just going to go with that. And I think for today's lipstick I'm going to go with pink one. So this is Rimmel, this is Kate Moss from Rimmel, and it's just this lovely kind of pink. So yeah, I love lipsticks, but I always buy them and then I forget to wear them. I wear them a lot on videos, but not so much in real life. Or I start the day with good intentions and I forget to top it up. Pink. That's okay. So yes, that was the makeup book tag. Hopefully I don't look too wretched right now, I don't know. So I'm going to tag a couple of people. I'm going to tag Becca over at Bookworm Becca because I think she always does her makeup really nice. I'm also going to go tag Kevin over at the Irish Reader because I just feel like he will do a really fun version of this tag. So those are the people I tag. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me do my makeup, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye!